My name is Dustin Julius. I'm a partner with RLPS Architects. I focus on the architectural design process. Well, I mean, I understand the idea of the system is to really take a proactive approach. We have this challenge in the industry of, having a population who's subject to falls, and so that puts them at risk. And so we can choose to find solutions for how we care for them post that fall. But I think that there's really an opportunity to think a little bit differently. And my, sense of what this system is all about is taking that real proactive approach to finding a way that we can prevent those in the first place, or at least mitigate, what may occur as a result. Well, I think when we think about the buildings that we're designing, every surface that we touch is an opportunity to, really influence the spirit of that place in some way, right? So if we have, a surface that we can treat with a technology that has the opportunity to do something more than just its aesthetic purpose, I think that there's real value in that. So if there's, a point in which someone might experience a challenge, if we can mitigate any of the effects that incurs for them down the line, I mean, certainly there's a great opportunity for that. We want, I always think about technology, and I would classify this as a technology, as being something that, we want to be there, but it doesn't necessarily have to announce its presence. And so if we have the opportunity to do an underlayment system of some kind, and really not affect or limit the design of the space that we're creating, we have a great opportunity to keep our creative intentions at play, but really do more with the surfaces of the spaces we inhabit. One of the things about having a system is that it has to be flexible, and I think that that's one of the goals of what I see in Viconic's objective is how do we create something that can be used just as easily in new construction as it can be used in a building that has already existed, and we have to come in and be flexible in how that installation can happen and what we can do to really provide a solution in a space that already exists. And maybe it is already someone's home, and we can just simply do a little renovation work to their floor and be able to provide them with an added layer of security. Well, I think when we think about costs of really anything that we're designing, we never think about cost in isolation. You have to think about costs in life cycle costs, in installation costs, and then in the intangibles that it might be saving apart from what you're investing in it today. So really, when we think about the timeline of cost, it's very seldom about the sliver of the window where you're writing that one check for the cost of the product itself and its installation, but it's what is it actually doing to provide benefit beyond that window. And if falls, we know falls are going to happen, and so if we can create a solution that mitigates the injuries that are incurred as a result of those, there's unlimited value in that. Well, I think one of the benefits I really see in the system is its flexibility. And, we as a design team are coming in with our ideas. And so this being sort of invisible layer to the process is really what we value. To me, technology is all about being invisible, right? And, the idea of the wearable has so much popularity right now, but I don't wear an Apple Watch because I don't like having something talking to me all the time. But if I can be passively monitored or passively understood or passively supported in my ability to experience that autonomy as I age, absolutely. When we're talking about flexibility, right, sometimes we don't even know what floor is going to get installed. We're picking something in schematic design. It's probably getting value engineered in design development, and then it might even get changed in the field later on because we didn't know that this was going to be a discontinued line. So we are constantly adapting to what that finished floor is actually going to be. And so we need to have something, if it's going to be an underlayment to that product, we need to be able to not say, well, hey, we can't use Viconic anymore because we switched manufacturers on our finished floor. So I think having a solution that can adapt to really any flexible floor is completely vital to being able to install it.